Hi guys, I'm the Lag Doctor Clay Ballard, and today I want to talk about one of the questions that I get all the time on the site, which is, a lot of people out there have a few extra pounds on them. They're broad-chested guys. They want to know, is it even possible to do the rotary type swing being a bigger guy? Because we usually show, younger, more in-shape people as a model swing. And there's this myth out there that the bigger a person is, the more weight you have on you, the more you're going to have to swing around your body. And if you're going to swing low and flat and around your body to create speed, and that is the exact opposite of the truth, and that's not really possible. We're going to talk about why that's so today, and I'm going to give you a great comparison between Craig Stadler and Matt Kuchar and talk about the differences in swing plane and how we can move our bodies to create good clubhead speed and a consistent swing. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first let's start out with Craig Stadler here on the left. You'll notice he's got a big chest. He's a bigger guy, one of the bigger guys on tour. And one thing you'll notice about his swing is he probably has the most upright swing on the PGA Tour. So you'll notice as he gets to the top of his backswing, the hands are very upright. Club shaft is very vertical here. This is a very steep swing plane. So if I look at his right shoulder as he's at the top, there's his right shoulder, and his hands are about 3 or 4 inches inside his right shoulder. Now that's not necessarily ideal, but we're going to talk a little bit more in detail about why his hands are here as opposed to more around his body, the way you would see with a Matt Kuchar or a one plane swing. So here's Matt Kuchar at the top, and what you'll notice is he has more room to swing his arms around his body. So his chest is much smaller. If you look at his left arm, notice how it's draped across his pec here, or his left pec, and his chest is small enough to where he can get good rotation. He's getting a good full arm swing by being able to do this. He's going to be able to generate some decent speed doing that. Well, Craig Stadler, on the other hand, doesn't have that room. There's nowhere for his arm to go. So he's got a bigger chest. His arm isn't going to be able to get into this position because it's not possible to rotate it across his body. So here, his left arm is already kind of across his chest. Here's his left pec here, and it's already probably feeling pretty tight. If he got his hands, for instance, here's Matt Kuchar's right shoulder. Here's his club, so he's about 6-7 inches outside of that. Let's talk about the same position here with Craig Stadler. If Craig tried to get his hands way over here, his chest would be in the way, and he wouldn't be able to get any kind of arm swing going to the top. It just wouldn't be possible. So he has to use a more vertical swing. Now, a vertical swing or a more elevated swing with the hands and arms will help you to get a little bit more distance, and I talk about that in a 4-piece swing, or 4 keys to swing speed video that I've done. If you want to watch that video, you can go ahead and click this link in the bottom right-hand side of your screen. That's going to go over where you get speed from in the golf swing and why elevation will help. But ideally, we'd like to be somewhere between these two people. So Craig is very, very upright. It's not optimal. He's going to have to shallow out that shaft so we can see that at the top of his swing, this club is very, very steep as he's coming down. So it's definitely not recommending to swing the club the way that Craig Stadler is here, but I'm simply making the case that it's not possible for him to swing it on a one-plane, flat swing plane. Just not, his body isn't made that way. It's not going to have enough room. So you can see here he's had to flatten out that swing plane as he's came down from very steep to shallower. Matt Kuchar is very shallow, going to be coming down on that same swing plane, and he has actually steepened it up a little bit. So let's take a look at Tiger Woods and see kind of what is the ideal position. We're going to talk about that for just a second. All right, so here's Tiger Woods demonstrating just a really good position at the top. His club swinging on plane the entire way back, and this is pretty textbook for where we would like the iron to be, or a club to be when we're swinging an iron. It's going to be a little bit farther out with the driver, but if I look at the tip of his right shoulder here, there's his right shoulder, and if I look at the butt of the club, it's pretty close to that line, maybe just about an inch outside of that, maybe another ½ inch farther with the driver or so, because you're going to be on a little bit of flatter of an angle, swing slightly flatter with the driver than you would with an iron. But as far as how he's moving his body, that's pretty textbook there. Now he's going to be on plane. He's not going to have to steepen the shaft or shallow it out very much. He's just going to let those arms come back down and deliver a great strike on the ball. That was very, very solid ball striking. This is a great swing by Tiger here. So that's ideal. If you're interested in learning a little bit more on this, I'm going to attach a bonus video for you guys. It's going to play about half of a premium video available on the website, and that's called the 4 square drill. And this is really going to be the feeling of keeping the club and the arms in front of your body as you're going to the top. I think it'll be pretty eye-opening for a lot of people out there that have been trying to, bigger guys especially, that have been trying to get this flat, tight swing across their body. They feel really bound up because that's what they've heard they're supposed to do. I'm going to show you a great drill on this. If you'd like to see more videos from the Rotary Swing, go ahead and subscribe up here at the top. That's going to allow you to be notified whenever we come out with new videos. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button below. I'm going to go ahead and start that preview. If you'd like to see the entire video, this entire bonus video, go ahead and click the link in the bottom right hand side of your screen that's going to pop up during that video. You'll be able to watch that entire video for free, plus about 4 hours of bonus instructions absolutely free, no cost to you guys at all. So I look forward to working with you more in the future, helping you with your golf game, and I'll see you guys soon.
While there are a lot of videos on the website that cover a lot of detail about the golf swing, there would literally be hundreds more if I covered every single thing that I use typically in an in-person lesson throughout the week. One of those drills that is really, really important that I wanted to put on the site that I use almost every day is something I just call the 4 square visual. And all it is, I've got a little alignment aid here, and it's going to help you visualize how this works in the swing. So what I always do is I divide the golf swing into 2 halves and 2 sides. And so when you do that, you get quadrants, obviously. And so what I want to talk about today is just from down the line view, my front half and back half. And so if you think about the golf swing in terms of those perspectives, and then you think about face on, you've got a left and right side, that's where you see these 2 yellow lines. So this line here down the middle would represent my left and right side, and then this line here represents my back half, everything over here, and my front half, everything over here. What I'm specifically going to talk about today is the backswing and what you're going to visualize when you're working on stuff, especially if you struggle with a club getting deep. So what I do a lot with my students is I tell them I'll lay shafts out on the ground so they can see this, and then I create this quadrant where I have this is box 1, box 2, box 3, and box 4. And when you have those 4 boxes, you kind of know where the club and your body needs to be during different phases of the swing. So for instance, during the takeaway and backswing, one of the things that I emphasize a lot is that the club, as far as you're concerned, should never move into box 3, which would be this quadrant over here. Now obviously it does, and you want it to, but the problem is people move it there incorrectly, and that's how the club gets buried and stuck and rolled inside. During the takeaway, what I want to feel is that the club always stays in box 2. So it's always going to stay on this side of my